business on the final day of the regular season in the Big West Conference. It's UC Davis hosting UC San Diego on senior night for the Aggies. Let's take a look at the Big West Conference standings. UC San Diego will be the 1 seed next weekend in Henderson, Nevada. The Tritons want a share of the regular season title on Thursday. Irvine is second. CSUN, Riverside have locked down first-round buys, and in the field will be UC Davis and the Aggies. Alongside Ben Braun, my name is Steve Quist. Thanks for making us part of your Saturday night. What a story UC San Diego has been this season. First year eligible for NCAA postseason play, and here they are, a net 36.
Well, how about their winners of their last 12 in a row?
Yep.
For just to talk about things that they've done well. Steve, they've had an outstanding season, and they've worked to get to this point, but they're a great team to watch.
Yeah, part of the reason why they're sitting here at 27-4 with that net of 36 that we talked about is because of the New Zealander, the pride of New Zealand, Aniwaniwa Tait-Jones, who should be the conference player of the year.
Well, I would echo that. The way he's played, what he's done for his team, he's just been lethal. He's a guy that can get to the basket. He's a tremendous ball handler, but he's an unselfish player, Steve. He makes his teammates better, and he's not afraid to get out there and get everybody else.
To win tonight to secure the outright title. Senior night here for 4 outgoing UC Davis seniors. Ball is up, and the opening possession belongs to UC San Diego. They'll be in the all-blue. A record of 27-4 on the season. Net 36 coming in, 17-2 in the Big West Conference. This is Tom McGuy, one of the leaders in the nation in three-point shooting. Starting 5 for UC San Diego. You'll enjoy this as a former coach. Over the last 2 years, 68 games now, starters have missed 2 starts and only 1 game.
Yeah, that's consistency. Yep. You can win a lot of games with that type of performance.
Here's Hayden Gray with a bounce pass inside to Tait-Jones, who's got the opening bucket for UC San Diego. It's the 3rd leading scorer in the conference at almost 20 a game.
Well, he knows how to move without the basketball. That's why he scored, because he's able to back cut when the defense turned their heads, and intelligent players know what to do.
On Thursday against a Long Beach State team that had lost 13 in a row coming in. It took a while to jumpstart the offense. Then they got up by about 22, but had a hard time closing. Here's Tait-Jones spinning to the double team, kick to the corner. McGuy lines up the 3 and buries what is his 107th 3 of the season. Came in 4th in division, trying to wrap up the regular season championship in the Big West in their first season eligible. And a 4-year transition. Here's McGuy launching a 3, and he's made 2 threes here before the first media break. Maximo Middlevich with the 2 fouls tipped it right to Aniwaniwa Tait-Jones. They got to get him going, so he's going to drive, and then he gets fouled. And that's what he does best. Last time these two played, Tritons won by 25 at Lion Tree Arena. And drawing 10 fouls was Aniwaniwa Tait-Jones.
Yeah, no question.
I know you talked to Eric Olin about the effort Thursday in that home win over Long Beach State, and it seems like it's rearing its ugly head here again tonight. And there's Rosalind. Oh, we talked about the high-flying dunks. Didn't I say that earlier in this broadcast?
Well, there was no doubt about that one. Emphatic.
He has to lead the conference in high-flying dunks, and likely going to be the 6th man of the year. They could sweep all the awards. You could make an argument for that. 15-11 advantage for Davis on the boards. And Tait-Jones is going to get fouled. This is probably a reach-in on Sione Losay, the redshirt junior. Tritons are 1 for their last 9 from the floor on ESPN and 30-20-20. Take away a steal. Gray, Tait-Jones over to K-pitch. Defender falls down, and an easy bucket. Not 1, but 2 defenders, 1 of 7 shooting. Here's Sevilla with a 3, another miss, and Gray the rebound. T.Y. Johnson, highest usage in the country, an elite competitor. And speaking of elite competitors, Tait-Jones is there to grab the offensive rebound on the missed shot.
You talked about T.Y. Johnson and Tait-Jones, and both players featured and are open as they should be, but they've been a little quiet. And a lot of that, Steve, has to do with the defensive structure of what teams are doing. Yeah. You're structuring your defense to stop the other team's best players, and that's going to be something that those 2 players will face day in and day out.
So Tait-Jones doing what he does better than anyone in the country. That's getting to the free throw line. This will be his national leading 263rd free throw attempt.
No, and he's not, if you look at him, as you've seen him a ton this year, Steve, he's not an overwhelming physical player, but he's rangy. He's really adept with the ball. He's stronger than he looks in terms of, taking a little bit of punishment. He's durable, so he just does a good job. He's got a great first step, and he's got good change of space. Never plays the same speed. And so many players play at one speed, and that's not deceptive. You can guard a guy that plays at one speed. He plays at multiple speeds.
He's second in the NCAA in free throw makes. And he'll add 2 more to that, 203. And the metrics show that he is one of the most efficient players in the nation, Aniwaniwa Tait-Jones, when you look at usage and true shooting.
No, and you think, well, put a second guy on him, but he'll destroy you if you do that too. He's such a good passer.
Yeah, he touches the ball 30% of the time and has a true shooting of 65%. That's field goals and free throws.
T.Y. Johnson finding his teammate for a shirt too underneath.
Second assist of the game for the senior from Chicago, who has Chicago toughness in Jim Les, and Jim Les should know, right? He's from Chicago.
Well, yes, we are.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah, we are. He's really a perfect guy to pass it over the top to his teammate. And that's what you got to do sometimes. Maybe you're not having a good scoring night. You get your teammates scoring.
I knew you guys were from Chicago. We're talking about Portillo.
Hot dogs. No, if you're from Chicago, you're obsessed with hot dogs, and not just any hot dogs. It's got to be a Chicago hot dog.
Well, Jim Les should know. He's like, I want Portillo's, but they have one in Buena Park. So when he's on the Irvine road trip, and maybe even the CSUN or UCR road trip, he'll
find one.
There's one in Tucson, Arizona. Ketchup or no ketchup?
He and I are going to go into business. We're going to open one up here in California, and we're going to ride into the sunset. They went from Division II to Division I, and they made that transition very successful.
There's another steal. Tait-Jones gets it, pulls it away, starts the transition break. Tait-Jones with a Euro step, and he's going to get a call here like he normally does.
That's what he does. You just think there's nothing there, and he turns something into nothing into something. He always does. And Jim Les is pleading his case like, come on now, if that's going to be a foul this end, what about the other end? And that's a pretty good point. But here's that Euro step through, and he does that's the secret, in my opinion, to his game. See, that he gets by you. He's slippery, but he manages to get a piece of your body to draw contact. Now the question, the other opposing coaches are saying, who's initiating contact? I think that's what Jim Les is talking about.
Connor Sevilla picks up his third. Back to that point about not being in the standings, and you coached, imagine if you're coaching against a team, if you're Hawaii or you're Irvine, and you're you're getting ready for a conference game, especially on a Thursday, and it's against UC San Diego, and it doesn't count. It counted overall, but it just did not count in the overall standings in the first year, the Big West standings. You can see what they did. That first year, 2021 coming out of the pandemic, they only played conference games. Lost a bunch to COVID, and then I think there was one time where Hawaii didn't come over. Tait-Jones spins on Johnson and will score with the right hand. Johnson swiped at it, but that's the second made field goal of the game for Tait-Jones.
And look how quick he made that move. That was a decisive move. Jim Les will call a timeout to try to stop the momentum. But
80 games, he wins you 2 extra possessions.
Now, there's no doubt. And think about this, 104 assists and 103 steals. Not many players can claim those stats. That's impressive.
18-point advantage, up 14 here as Davis has run off the last 5. Here's a 3 attempt by Burke, and it's good. Aiden Burke. That's his 34th three-pointer of the season. He's a 36% three-point shooter. He averages 4 a game. He's got 5.
Again, speaks to the balance of the Tritons.
They had a play in a game that you and I did where 3 bench guys at Irvine for that game, that beatdown at the Bren Center, where the long rebound came to Middlevich, to Burke, one bounce, and he fed it to Justin Rosslin for a slam dunk. That's when I was like, oh, this is the class of the Big West. Tait-Jones got it disrupted, Tamba and Cooper, and got a whistle, and the game was going to change. There was a steal by a Long Beach State player. Cam Martin was going in for a dunk, and Chris Howell came and blocked it. And then Tait-Jones scored on the other end, and it was lights out for Long Beach State. It's been plays like you just saw at Burke this whole season.
You got to make those types of plays if you're going to be a championship team. They add up.
Tamba over the top. He didn't miss too many of them. Rosslin the rebound. Titans, this time down the floor, can take a 20-point lead. And Tait-Jones with a slam, and it's been established. 21-point advantage.
But he's picking it up a little bit in the second half. He was quiet in the first. Quiet no more.
He's got 11 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists for a guy who should be Big West Conference Player of the Week. They'll vote Monday. It'll be announced on Tuesday heading into their championship week. And here's a foul. Man, he's so good.
Well, again, he keeps the ball alive. And watch this. You think he's going to hand it off. He gives you the fake and really deceives his defender. And he's able to get to the rim.
Got to meet his parents for the first time on Thursday. His dad's like a big rugby player from New Zealand. They got about a dozen people that came up from New Zealand to watch for senior night. And they were supposed to be here tonight. Inside a foul, they're going to get Hayden Gray for a little hook and hold.
Now that's great when you're coming that long and that far away from home. You can see your son or daughter play. And I'm sure that he appreciates that. But he's a special player. And, you know, you mentioned Player of the Year conversation. And if you look at his performance and what his team has done, to me, I think he's a very odds-on favorite to be named that Player of the Year for this conference.
He was excited. He was telling me after the ceremony where they cut down the nets on Thursday, he said, "You guys, ESPN2 on Saturday night, and they're gonna blast it on national television in New Zealand, and New Zealand's time is only a couple of hours behind us," it was explained to me. And I think it's a day forward.
Yeah, but
down there it's like 7:42 p.m. down there.
That's a different thing there.
But it's Sunday already.
Yeah, no, it's funny to see the players from overseas. I had a chance to do games for Maxime Reynaud and his parents, and you know they're up at 3 in the morning trying to tape games, but they're religious about these games. They don't miss games. They don't tape any, I should say. I said tape. They don't tape. They watch it live, and then when they can come here in person and watch their sons play, it's a big treat. But what a treat it is to watch UC San Diego and obviously players like Tait-Jones performing.
Aniwaniwa Tait-Jones, a Division II transfer as well from Hawaii.
How about that?
Well, and there's not a lot of guys in NCAA Division I basketball that have made their mark that have been from New Zealand. It's kind of a small list, and he's right there near the top.
Well, Sean Marks, who played for me, New Zealand.
There you go.
Got to give you one name because he's now the current general manager of the New Jersey Nets.
Was short on the catch and shooter.
Pretty fortunate, but it's a team effort. It always going to happen if all your guys step up and give you that kind of performance.
The first big punch was in the game ahead of us, the Ohio Valley Conference Championship.
Yep.
SIU Edwardsville going for the first time ever, and there it is. Tie me up with your tie. How about that? 111 threes. Tyrell Roberts is a heck of a good player. There's a foul on the drive by Tait-Jones. He ended his career in Division I at San Francisco. Here's Magai's record-tying three. Set during the 2019-2020 season by Tyrell Roberts, whose career started at Washington State, ended at San Francisco, and there it is, 111 of the season.
Yeah, that's just good to see a shooter line himself up, shoot with confidence. Teammates are there to set him up. But, you know, it's one thing to get the shots, it's another to make them. And he's just knocking them down with big-time confidence.
He has 18 points. He is a sneaky good scorer. Like, all the attention would be on him if it wasn't for Tait-Jones and what Hayden Gray has done. But this kid, in the middle of January, was leading the nation in three-point makes.
Well, and that's what makes UC San Diego so tough, Stephen. They've got the balance. They've got different guys that can do this. And Jim West alluded to that. Said, you know, that's what makes them so hard of a matchup for you, because you can't key on any one guy. They've got a number of guys that step up and
17-point lead for the Tritons, who are plus 18.5 in scoring margin. That's second in the NCAA behind the Duke Blue Devils. Magai for the school record, and he's not going to get it in single-season threes, but he will get Tait-Jones to the free throw line again, and Tait-Jones will have gone there 9 and 10 times.
Well, we talked about Tait-Jones' ability to get to the free throw line, but how about adding offensive rebounding to your repertoire, sneaking in there and now getting an opportunity. But great job by Tait-Jones, getting to a very familiar place.
Yeah, he was Big West Conference Newcomer of the Year last year. On Tuesday, I think it's going to be announced he's the Player of the Year. Looking for his 14th and 15th points.
Davis or any team that's playing now, you continue to play hard because this will carry over in the tournament. Whether you win the game or not, you want to be playing your best and making good plays that carry over, your effort carry over.
They're going to get DeBrule a harassing foul on Tait-Jones.
Hey, he was all over Tait-Jones, but I mean, he's been all over everywhere tonight. I don't know where DeBrule has not been on this court.
And there's Aniwaniwa Tait-Jones. It's going to be a non-shooting foul because there's only the 6th.
That was close.
And Eric Olin says, all right, let's just take this down. We're inside of 2 minutes to go. We're 150 away from an outright Big West Conference championship and a 28th victory. Here's Tait-Jones putting his body into 2 defenders, and they foul him. That's just how easy it's been for him to get to the line. I mean, no matter what anybody does.
Well, when you kill your dribble, Steve, the one thing you don't want to do is have your hands reached in, because now he goes up and over through you. It's a foul. If you keep your hands straight up, that's not going to be a foul. And he's so clever at that because he knows he'll show you the ball so you reach for it, and then he goes right up over the top or through you to draw the foul. Very clever play. That's why he leads the country in getting to the free throw line.
272 times. This will be 273 here.
And these are big free throws. Again, this could have been almost a single-digit lead. Now they got a little breathing room.
Again, the metrics all show that he's one of the most efficient players in the nation when you look at usage and true shooting. And the usage is touching the ball 30% of the time for his team, and his true shooting of 65%. That's field goal shooting, which is at 59%, and free throw shooting, which is hovering around 80. It's still a record. He's like, I can take another 10 seconds off.
Yeah, and I think that's what you do. Winners win. That's more important to them than individual stats.
So K pitch for the knockout. Punch! Oh, it has been a cast of characters this season, and that should surprise absolutely nobody. T.Y. Johnson going to get his own offensive rebound here. Chance at a 3 to end his career. He's got just his 2nd made shot of the game. And
classy move.
Yep.
He could have gone and dunked it, and Coach Olin said, hey, we won the game. Let's not add insult to injury, but that's a big win.